because Firefly, blessed queen dropped upon the sky and. Hello everyone, this is Sonic Sam, and let's talk about what we came here to talk about. Let's talk about Wuthering Waves versus. Oh, I'm sorry, let me get myself out of here for a second. Let's talk about Wuthering Waves versus Genshin Impact. Oh, this was technically Wuthering Waves' best chance to show, like the real first month, really, because they got to release a new character that wasn't just right with the game, right? So we got to see what show it is, and it was what Yin Lin, I believe her name was, and with how popular she really was, this was probably was gonna be the best we were gonna get the showing of from a character, and for Withering Waves to show us what they can do. So before we get to that, let's talk about Honkai Star Rail. This is also was Honkai Star Rail was probably best month as well because Firefly, blessed queen dropped upon the sky and blessed us, and of course she was so built up. There was no way she wasn't gonna do well, and easily, I believe, already she was the highest banner character of all horror voice games. I believe officially, Firefly has been in every other one of horror versus is games in terms of how much they can make off the banner. Which there's even a bigger shocker to that, but we'll get back to that. So here, let's go back and let's look at Withering Waves and Genshin Impact here. So if you see here, Genshin Impact went from 23 million to the 28 million, right? They made that's up. They went up with that. That's very good. Very, very good. Not the highest numbers they've ever made, but they didn't really have a good banner character. I'll give them that much. But then we have Winning Waves that is only $1 million ahead. That is great. Because if you guys don't know, Yin Lin, it was very much called out that her banner broke the app store for the people to top up or buy premium currency. So they even had that happen to them. That shows how popular Jinlin was. And I'm expecting when Trolla, that one Phoenix-looking girl from Wind Waves, is gonna make that happen even more next time. So that's a great showing. Great showing. I'm quite happy with that. However, there's one thing I had to bring up. Unfortunately, this the Sensor Tower monthly revenue report is incorrect because it actually had a bug, and unfortunately, it did not collect all the data. It only collected, I think, data of like a week and a half into the month. So a lot of these numbers could be way higher. So I'm like, oh dang, what the heck? So what I'm trying to tell you here is, first of all, Firefly's banner already broke sales and was Horrorverse's best banner of anyone ever. But it could have been potentially even higher, and we're never gonna know now, unfortunately. Okay, now let's go back to the Genshin Impact stuff. So Genshin Impact is heavily played on PC, but it can be played on mobile, and it's not that big of a deal. This is not a heavily mechanic game. It's just not. Alright, you can press buttons and do a lot of the work. It's a very casual game, and it was meant to be since people play on a phone, right? So I don't believe that these numbers are going to be much better than they already here now. Maybe by 5 to 8,000, I mean 8 million maybe. But I don't think it's going to be much better than that. Well, Wuthering Waves is very much a game where it already has not the best mobile support, so it's heavily played on PC. And let's not also forget, Wuthering Waves is also not on console whatsoever. It is not on console yet, even though I hear it's coming soon. So keep that in mind. Wuthering Waves is not on consoles. Very few people play it on mobile. Very few people play it on mobile. I can't even think about playing it on mobile. With all the mechanical stuff you need to do, it's just, I don't see that being a thing. So this is all heavily PC-based numbers here. So if you go down here, for example, and you look at the Wuthering Waves charts for mobile, it's also up, which is great. But not many people are playing it on mobile to begin with, and that's the Chinese market, which it should already be quite high because it's the Chinese market, right? Wuthering Wave Global is outbeating the China market, which is wild, fucking wild. That means that they should be telling Wuthering Waves one thing, and that's they need to focus on getting their game on console. They need to focus on that as much as possible. That is where the money is. Most of your players are coming from the global and they're playing on their PCs. Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. So, like I was saying, this should be telling Kuro Games that you need to be focusing on the global market for sure and focusing heavily on getting your game on console. Heavily. Because clearly people that are playing your game are playing it on consoles or PCs, which makes sense. The game is so much more demanding of mechanics. I can't imagine doing it on mobile. I'm sure it's possible, especially if you're just doing basic grinding for echoes. It's probably possible for that, yeah. So it has a place, but there's no way that they do not take this as a sign of saying, hey, a global market is big right now. We need to hit those. We need to hit everyone else besides the Chinese market for now, and get it on console. Keep working on the English dubs. Keep working on every other language for the game, and focus on that. Focus on that, and then they're good. Because look at that. Just to be in the same. Don't get me wrong. Genshin Impact did not have the most blown up character in the world right now. You know, she was cool, but it wasn't anything significant. The point's good. I'll admit that. The point is good, but yeah, no, they need to focus very heavily to keep this cut of the pie. Because I'll tell you one thing. Wuthering Waves, I do not believe will ever kill Genshin. Genshin Impact was lucky. It came at the best time. A time where there was nothing like it in the market, right? There was nothing. And second, it was during COVID. The COVID gave it such a massive boost. People don't know. Everyone was locked inside their homes. They had nothing better to do. I had nothing better to do. That boosted up to such a level, and now so many people have put so much time and money into the game, they cannot let it go. And if I would have done the same, I could understand why. And I still think it's quite good in some ways, but the Genshin Impact producers do not care about the community at all, or enough to be significant. Well, everyone else is definitely doing that. Definitely. But yeah, no, Wuthering Waves needs to take it more seriously. Please get your stuff out. Show us, because these are great. This is a great showing. And what's even greater is that they would have probably have shown, the earning report would have showed them probably even higher than this. I have predictions they were actually in the 40-something thousand or the 40-something million range. My predictions is that it was probably about maybe like 39 million to maybe 42, 43 million. I think that's what the actual number would have been. The report didn't get messed up. I think that's what they actually would have been. Honestly, I honestly believe that. But even this showing, just to have showed they've gotten a cut of the pie and they're in the top 3, is saying a lot, saying a ton. Wuthering Waves is definitely knocking on Genshin Impact's door. Do I think it's killed the game? No. I think Genshin Impact will always be on top just because the art style, the casualness of the game, I think it will always be up there. However, Wuthering Waves, if it even gets like 25 to 30% of the community, they're still going to be making millions of dollars. And I'll tell you one thing, Wuthering Waves is going to be more than happy to take millions, 40, 30 millions a month. They'd be happy with that easily. So I think Wuthering Waves is doing a good job. They definitely haven't killed Genshin, but man, they're showing Genshin the butt cheeks and be like, hey, I could do what you can do. You're not that special. And they right, Genshin, you're not that special. Genshin directors and producers, you take the competition seriously, because people are coming for you. People are coming for you, and your game's not gonna last forever. Even if you wanted to, I guarantee you, in another year or two, it's gonna probably be down in maybe the top 20, maybe top 15, no longer in the top 3. I guarantee it. Which is also why I believe Genshin Impact or Horrorverse has been heavily making other games, because they're trying to stay on top of the flow, right? They're trying to make sure they use that money and stay on top of the charts with something. I think they're gonna keep making new games until one really flops, and then they'll be like, okay, let's just step back and wait, because you have all this money right now. Horrorverse, keep making better games, and hopefully you'll have a game in every single type of genre that it will keep you alive for a long time. And that's probably the best scenario, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure they have something good in every spot while they still got the money to do so, because I guarantee it, I think they know Genshin Impact's not going to last forever. And I agree. I do not think in a few more years Genshin Impact's going to be that significant. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong. But as far as I care, Genshin Impact is dead. But Genshin Impact's porn is pretty good. Boys and girls. But no, Wuthering Waves is definitely boxing, jabbing Genshin Impact, and Genshin Impact needs to, and hopefully this will be a wake-up call, and get Genshin Impact to make better content for the community, and then Wuthering Waves will do the same, and it will just go back and forth. And I tell you one thing, that's the best thing that could happen to both games. But just go play Hawkeye Star, bro, right? Because fucking Firefly's there, and who doesn't love a beautiful woman like that? Anyways, guys, this was Sonic Sam. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. All that good stuff you guys usually do. And remember, guys, there's only 2 kinds of people in this world. Become the 3rd. I'll see you next time.
Just to find that special day.